Alrighty guys, with the Reforge update coming really soon, I think it's time to talk about what are the best Reforges going forward. So we're going to quickly go over each one. I got some notes, right here. Just going to open up for a second. We can talk about. We're going to start with talismans though. So not much changes with talismans besides that they are nerfed. Strong and Itchy are still really solid choices, but their stats have been nerfed a little bit. We'll probably have to wait till we're on the live game to figure out what's good. Because Forceful at Legendary now gives 15 Strength. They nerfed Strong. At Legendary gives 2 less SDR and crit damage. Itchy at blue level now only gives 1 Strength and 5 crit damage. So if we go look on the live game right now, we lost a Strength and 3 crit damage per accessory. If we go look at our strong ones at level Epic, we got 7-7. Now it's only 5-5. So we are losing a lot of crit damage, probably upwards of 50 plus crit damage, and it's being shifted into the weapons, which is really unfortunate, but we'll have to see going forward. Talismans are definitely going to be based on your build, so I don't think it's the end of the world. But anyway, let's move on to the exciting stuff, and that is the weapons. So we're start with swords. And I have like a nice little tiny infographic here to kind of talk about it. So, bunch of sword enchants, and you can look at their stats right now. I'm only comparing the STR and crit damage. Some of them give different stats, like int, like the legendary one, but mainly we're looking at the damage the sword can put out. So here are the stats of like Fabled, Legendary, Epic, and Spicy. These are the main contenders for the Reforges. Fabled wins by a long shot, which is the new enchant or Reforge that is coming from dragons, which it should be really rare because this is really powerful. I think think of 60-80, which it'll probably be nerfed before it goes live. That gives way more stats than everything else. Now, the next one is kind of, I'm not sure about. 80 crit damage is really good, but that's about like 20 strength value. So Epic could be better than it, for example. Again, that's something I have to wait till live to test. There probably is ways to test it right now, but a lot of extra work. I'll just wait and see if they make any other changes and not go too deep figuring out what's the best. But the new Dragon Reforge is definitely the best sword one. So next, we're looking at bows. Again, bows is kind of pretty obvious. If we go down a little bit and look at Rapid and Unreal, since they're the only DPS ones. So 10 strength, 75 crit damage to 25 strength and 50 crit damage. So you lose 25 crit damage for 15 strength. 15 strength is worth way, way, way more than 25 crit damage. If you got them together, they'd be fine, but like comparing them 1-to-1, strength gives you a lot more bang for your buck than crit damage stat does. Crit damage stat is already so high that it's not really like a factor at that point. There's also other reforges like Deadly, which give mana, which that'll probably be for like a special ability bow, like Mosquito, for example. No really use for a DPS bow, but we'll have to see going forward since they plan on introducing a lot of brand new builds. So, yeah. Finally, we're on to armor, which I already, again, laid out the whole armor situation for you guys, just so we can kind of talk about that. So, again, this class is corrupted with the Dragon Reforges, completely obliterating everything else. Again, we are looking from about a DPS standpoint. So we're going to scroll down a bit to the Dragon Reforges. And you're talking about, they give stats on every single bit. Like, again, we're looking at Legendary. Mainly, you want to be putting Renown Stones on the next tier of armor that is going to be released, which I'm assuming is from dungeons. But anyway. So they give the exact same stats. So 12 strength, 12 defense, walk speed, health, 12 crit, so 12 of every stat. Okay, that's actually a lot easier to remember. 12 of every stat, except attack speed. When we scroll up to armor, Fierce is its good competitor, right? Because it gives a lot of good base power. So 12, 5, and 15. So base damage wise, you get a lot more power from this build, like going Fierce. But all the stats together with a little bit of crit damage loss is way more worth getting all the other stats and the bonuses. The other competitor is Pure. Pure is slightly worse. Like, honestly, it's probably best to go Pure, but if you're going for pure damage, go Fierce. But Pure gives you a bit of everything. And you cannot go wrong with a bit of every stat. And most people will probably go this, especially on their superior and stuff, because every little extra bonus helps a lot. And yeah, I mean, from there, it's just kind of unfortunate, I'd say, that swords and armor is messed up by the new Dragon Reforges. Since they're just so good, and I imagine they're going to be nerfed a bit, because they're so much better, and there's no, like, variance at that point. And they sat there and they talked about, alright, so we're going to change the Reforges so they're more so for builds, but when they're just that good, the DPS builds are going to have such a better time than the ones that use mana or other, like, health or some other weird stat they use. Again, this is mainly looking for the highest DPS with like one sword hit, right? Not so much survivability. That's why Pure and stuff, it's included. It's just not the main focus. My main focus is making my sword do the highest damage and going from there. Being tanky is nice. There's armors for that, and if it's an issue, that'll be figured out. Again, this is just like a bare look at the new Reforges. When they come to the live server, we'll probably get a better idea. This is just playing, like, looking at numbers and going around from there. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed talking about it. I cannot wait for this update to go live, since it'll be new content to grind like the dragons. Hopefully it's live this week, but we'll have to wait and see. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care, guys. Bye.